Hello and welcome to the November edition of this month's experiment from the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center in San Diego. I'm Nicole Schiffer.
And I'm Brandon Elliott. Today we are going to make an automata, one of these cool things right here.
Can you make it move so they can see?
Yes, I can. It's going to move like this. So, this is what we're making today. Special thanks to the Exploratorium's Pi Institute for helping us out with getting this together. I'm going to explain what you're going to need for this experiment, but remember, like every experiment we do, you can find all of the detailed written instructions on our website right here, www.rhfleet.org. All right? Let's go through the materials. You're going to need a cardboard box that you have lying around, 3 skewers. This is actually 4 skewers, one less than that. Straw. Let's see, a pair of scissors.
A hot glue gun.
You're going to need parental supervision for this if you have young children around or if you have someone who just may need some extra supervision. We need a pencil. You have a pencil over there?
It's attached to my compass.
Protractor. And some decorative materials. We've got some feathers here. We've got some fluffy balls here. And I think that's just about it. Ready to get started?
Sounds good. Thank you. So I've chosen to make my automata rotating around. So there's different kinds of motion you can think about when you do this. We're going to show you guys one specific type of motion you can do. It's actually going to push the object up and around, like you saw the juggling man. Want to show him again?
Yeah.
So just to give an overview what it should look like in the end, this circle, the cardboard circle, is called a cam, and it's going to push the other one up. And my solar system that I'm going to make, not the solar system, but a solar system, is going to move up and around. So I'm going to start out, you're going to choose an appropriate box. This one was just around. So you're going to cut out kind of a window for it. So I'm going to cut the remaining portion of it here. Alright, and then you're going to cut holes for your skewers. So I'm only going to use 2 skewers here. The third one's just a supporting one that you can kind of play with later. So one's going to go across here inside the box, and then one's going to go actually on top. So you need a hole here. I'm actually using a razor instead of a pencil. This you also need parental supervision for. The other side, it's working well. And the top's going to be a little bit bigger of a hole because you're going to need room for a straw as well. Alright, so I'm going to put my skewer through here. And you want to do this just so you can see how it works and get it set up beforehand. And then we're going to add the cams or the cardboard circles a little bit later. It's going to go through here. This is going to come through the top. And my straw, which I've pre-cut, about 2 to 3 inches. So far, so good. Alright, so now I need to place my cam so the actual motion works. You're going to have, I pre-cut my cardboard circles. You can play with the size of the circles. These are pretty small, and I used my compass beforehand. So I cut my cardboard circles, put a hole in the center of this one, and this one's off-center, and the off-center one's going to go on your horizontal skewer, like so. And be careful, obviously the end of the skewers are a little bit sharp, so you want to watch out for your little ones. So I'm just going to poke the skewer through the hole and move the cam to the center. And then for your vertical one, that's when the circle with the hole in the center, that's where that goes. And remember, I've already placed the straw in that top cut. Alright, so the motion should work as is. My skewer kind of popped out. Put it back in here. Alright, and then you're just going to turn it, and it should turn the stick, which is kind of cool. So it's already working. Now you want to think what you want to have on top, and I've seen people make different kinds of animals, different kinds of people, depending on what you're interested in. I like planets and stars and stuff like that, so I've decided to make a little mobile. And the hot glue, by the way, is for securing the cams. So you can put a little bit of hot glue on the top and on the sides of your cams to make it stick better and work a little bit better. So your end product should look like, ta-da!
Wow.
Isn't that great? So this is my solar system, and by turning the skewer, I've actually placed a little handle on the side. I've hot glued that together. It turns the bottom cam, just turns the top cam, and eventually turns the solar system.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. So what planets do we have here?
I made them all up, so I'm not going to go through all of them.
Oh, you don't have, we don't have
You
time.
can name one if you'd like, though. There's still
good.
room.
I'm good.
No
So
one's discovered this star yet.
So these mechanical contraptions, these automata, automata. They make use of simple machines, like Nicole was talking about. And we use some words here, some terminology. So let's just point it out here. A cam here is basically a wheel that's on an axle. And because the axle is not centered, you're creating this motion where the wheel is pushing up on the cam, and the follower is creating the reciprocal movement. So that's what's making it go up and down. So as Nicole was saying, there's a lot of variables you can do when you're making one of these. Try placing different amounts of cams. Try placing the placement of the axles onto the cam. Seeing what you can do to make the action on the top change. Can you make something go up and down, back and forth, side to side, round and round, that kind of thing. So we have some other examples of different motions like that you can try out.
This is one with 2 cams, and they were I intended them to be racing horses, but I think it looks like one show cow and one show horse.
Show pony.
Show pony. And they spin and twirl instead of race, but still working on that.
They are pretty,
Thanks.
which is important.
You can also use a wire to achieve a desired motion. So the person who created this wanted a surfer riding a wave, and so he has a wire and bent it this way. And so if I turn the wire, it makes him kind of do some flips and ride a wave.
Very nice. We've got a similar one here where someone made a little undersea kind of scene. It's very pretty. And when
Lovely.
you turn
Is that one yours?
the crank here, this one is not mine. You turn the crank and you get all kinds of little animals going up and down. So there's lots of ways you can be creative. It's a neat way to bring science along with some artistic creativity to it. So,
thank you, Brandon, for your wonderful explanation. And thank you, viewers, for watching. Please tune in next month for this month's experiment. And remember, do try this at home.